Alright people, how's it going? Denonu here, and I just wanted to put out a video talking about Fallout. I mean, obviously, as you can see by Fallout New Vegas gameplay here, but I know I guess if you want to call it a teaser trailer, dropped for Fallout 4 next week, and well, not next week, but last week, and I see a lot of people have been making videos about it and giving their impressions about it, and things like that, so I figured I'd do mine as well, I'm an old school Fallout fan. I've been playing Fallout since Fallout 1, and to me, when I seen it, it's like, okay, they're making a new Fallout game. I mean, you kind of knew that was going to happen anyway. It wasn't all that surprising to me, to be honest. I'm not overly hyped for the game or anything like that. Wait, is he a bad guy? No, that's Ringo. Okay.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here. I did have what was left of the Crimson Caravan.
Okay. But, like I was saying before, I'm an old school Fallout fan, but I wasn't really hyped for it, for the trailer. Nothing about it seemed... it didn't get me pumped. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to describe it. Fallout to me is, or at least Fallout 3 and let's say New Vegas, the newer Fallout games. They're an older game. Like, even I'm playing it now, it's like, yeah, it was fun when it came out, don't get me wrong, I loved it. Played all the way through them several times. But it's been like 5 or 6 years since then, I'm hoping they better come to terms and like step their game up, because I mean Fallout has always been, it's like any other Bethesda game where it's glitchy, it's buggy, it's the graphics don't look nowhere near as good as it should be, but they're just great open world games as far as questing and doing your own thing. But what I mean by it's been 5 or 6 years since then, like I'm currently playing Witcher 3. So it's like, in a game like that where it's heavily immersive in the world, you can't go back to something like Fallout 3 and expect the same type of experience, because they just don't give it to you. I mean, that's one of my main things as a hardcore gamer. When I play Fallout, there are tons of things, and I can even say this about the Elder Scrolls games. They follow the same formula. And in that same formula, there's a lot of shit in the game that that me personally, I don't like. I mean, I feel that number one, they're way too casual. The gameplay is way too easy. Way too easy. Like even right now, I'm playing on very hard. The hardest difficulty you could put on the game, and it's, if you play right, if you're a decent player, it's not hard. It's nowhere near hard. They make these games way too casual, even when you pump up the difficulty. I don't mind it if it's like normal or easy or something, but it's not hard. At all. And that just bugs me, being the type of gamer that I am. So when I go to play a game, number one, that's, besides the story, that's the kind of experience I'm looking for, is gameplay. Like, you have to intrigue me gameplay-wise. And Fallout, I've had more fun, let me say, with Fallout 1 and 2 than I've had with Fallout 3. I know a lot of people came on board with Fallout 3, but... Hold on, let me kill this little thing real quick. But I know, to me, it wasn't all that... it wasn't the greatest game I've ever played. Yeah, it was fun. But I have, like I said before, I've had tons more fun playing like Fallout 2. It's just something about the newer games. Don't get me wrong, I like them. I play the hell out of them, but it leaves a lot to improve. They have to really step their game up with this new one. I've heard that it's only going to be on probably next gen and PC, so that is a good thing. That way they don't have to dumb it down to fit on last generation consoles and make the game even shittier than it has to be. So by it being only on next gen, that's definitely a plus. People need to step their game up, buy a new console. That's just the way it is. You can't keep holding on to the same 10-year-old equipment. I'm sorry. Get over it. Life moves on. But so far I've seen a few people make videos about what they speculate and what's going to be in the game, when the game's going to come out. I'm hearing that the game is going to drop this fall. Okay. I mean, me personally, I doubt it. I mean, because if they're just announcing the game, I'm assuming the game's either going to come out either next year, fall, or year after that. I don't know when they released the last ones, according to their announcement. So I don't know when they came out after they was announced. But I just don't know. I really don't know. Because by a lot of newer games, coming out, and it just seems like Fallout's going to get left in the dust. I know tons of people are probably going to buy it, and there are probably millions of people who, let's say, never played a Fallout game before, even though like the last two were pretty much good games by the majority of the gaming community. So I mean, it's probably going to get a newer audience. I'm more pumped for the story of this new one, because rather than just rehashing the same idea, like for those of you who don't know, Fallout, I want to say 1 and 2 basically took place in, I know this takes place in Vegas and all that stuff in Nevada, but Fallout 1 and 2, I think they took place in I want to say like Southern California or somewhere in that area. That's where they took place. And the only one that was really different was Fallout 3, because that took place on the East Coast. And that was pretty much, the area where I live at, the Maryland, D.C. area. And hold on, let me see if I can get this guy real quick. Oh, you throwing dynamite. Oh, put that. Oh. Cass, you are a beast. Just saying. She handles all my CQC work with that shotgun, by the way. But, I mean, like I said, Fallout 3 was the only really one that was really different story-wise. Because, you played... The one thing that Fallout has, and I hate them for doing it, it's like the Elder Scrolls games and, what you have in the same intro where you're starting off as a prisoner. It's the same exact bullshit. Is Fallout has a tendency to... Oh, look, you're a vault dweller. You're a guy coming out of a vault. That's like all of the games besides, I want to say, Part 2. Maybe Part 2, and if you want to be technical, what was it? Brotherhood or something like that? The one they made for... Because you had like Brotherhood of Steel, and then you had one that was called, I want to say, just Brotherhood for the Xbox. But those are the ones that nobody really remembers. But in those games, you weren't a vault dweller. Or at least I don't think you were. But all of the rest of them, like Fallout 1, you were a guy in the vault trying to leave in order to get a water chip for your vault because y'all's broke. Y'all couldn't make, you couldn't make no more water. In Fallout 3, oh, look, your dad, left the vault and you were following in his footsteps. And, in this one, you obviously weren't a vault dweller, but it's the same kind of sort of formula. You're the new guy in this new environment, go do whatever you want to do. But they still give you a Pit Boy. They still give you the same equipment as if you were a vault dweller. It makes no sense, But with this new one, from what I hear, it takes place before the war, or either it's gonna flip flop between the two. Like, and because I know in the trailer they were showing. Let me get out of here. This thing has nothing I need.
Time for your ass whipping.
Exit. Thank you. But either the newer game is gonna have, no. I'm not really doing any specific quest. I'm just walking around trying to find a quest to do while I can talk, so. But I think all the quests that I got here are, crappy. They're not visually engaging enough. Yeah, why not? Where's that at? Have I been there yet? No. But So far from what I've heard about it, they said that either the game is going to take place in 2 time periods, meaning I guess before when the war started. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh shit! Damn! Hold on, people. Got to deal with some slavers who think that they big, that they got some balls. Make me pull out a nuke. Just saying. If I go, we all go. That's how it's gonna be. You know what, guy? Can you just die for me, please? Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have to reload. Well, guess I won't have to. But the new game supposedly it's gonna flip flop. Either you're gonna see a little bit of what happened before the war kicked off, or you're gonna see a lot of stuff, after the fact, because that's what was going on in the trailer. So I don't know where the story is gonna take place, but I think it's gonna take, from what I've seen, I remember reading a couple articles about it where it's gonna have okay, where's all that gunfire coming from? But it's gonna have and I'm sorry for just losing my train of thought, but I'm trying to remember where I gotta go here. But it seems like it's gonna have a lot of post gameplay, not post gameplay, but post war type story, because it takes place in Boston, where MIT is, and they said that the bombs that didn't really hit that area, so you're gonna have a lot of more different tech. And I know you had like the airship and everything else that they showed off in the trailer. That was a good thing. Fallout definitely needed a few things to change up the look of the game, because for all intents and purposes, Fallout 3 and let's say New Vegas were pretty much damn near the same game. Built on the same engine. Fallout New Vegas feels more like an extended total conversion than Fallout 3, rather than a newer game. Kind of similar to, let's say, the Battlefield franchise and Battlefield Hardline, where it's like, same type of game, different skin on it. And the newer game, Fallout 4, by it having a newer distinctive look, because you have different technology and different stuff, that is a good thing to break up the monotony of just singing the same thing every game. And I'm hoping that with that change, and by it being on, let's say, newer hardware, like next gen and PC, and by them not limiting the game by being on last gen, that they're going to be able to push new gameplay elements and new story elements to make the game even better. However, who knows if they're going to do that? I'm really hoping that they don't make the game as casual as Fallout 3 and as hold on for a second. But I'm hoping they don't make it nowhere near as casual, and I'm hoping that they changed up a little bit, because I just don't want the same stale old gameplay experience. I really don't. And I hope that they fix a lot of problems that they've had over the... Hold on, let me see if I can hit this guy. Yes, I know about VATS, please, thank you. Except I've never did VATS with PC, so excuse me. Yep, damn. Yeah, I know. I'd seen her get her hair blown off. Maybe I should have gave her more. Look at me talking shit about very hard and then end up getting my ass handed to me twice. But I'm hoping that they really step the game up and change a lot of stuff. I'm hoping by being on next gen that everything gets bigger and better. That's my main thing, and I really do hope that they, besides, like I said, the game really feels casual, so I want them to make it more difficult, but I don't want it to be more difficult in a way that it's just, oh, these guys are more tougher. Let's say like what just happened on screen. I don't want extra bullet sponges. What I want is different, let's say different strategies on how you can do missions. Different ways to go about things. Why are you drawing your gun on me, buddy? I will shoot you. but you know, different ways to make the game difficult in ways that matter, so to speak. Like I know this game, you could had it was one, I think, some kind of difficulty added thing where it was like you had to eat and drink, which wasn't really a big change. It was just two other things you had to manage. I don't want just miscellaneous bullshit like that. I want different things that like you have to do in order to make the game more believable and more difficult, but not just tack on two miscellaneous things. Because maybe to the casual average person that hold on, let me find a doctor's bag real quick. Doctor's bag. But maybe to the average person that made the game hard. But I know for me, I can just easily drink and eat every once in a while. It didn't matter. You had a lot of gameplay things that they kind of fucked up when they made, let's say, this game. They tried a few different things, but like with the changing the ammo, you can make your ammo. You had all these other different things, but at the end of the day, you also had a few things in here that they tried to come out with that just didn't work, that had no purpose. Such as the eating and drinking. Because I think if you play on normal, you don't have to do that. You could just eat and drink for health, to gain your health back. So, you had a lot of things in there where just, like I said, it just didn't matter. And that's what I don't want with Fallout 4. I really don't. I have a feeling that they're going to make it kind of like Skyrim, because since Skyrim was so popular, I think they're going to try to make it in that same kind of sort of style of game. And again, that's something else I don't want, because Skyrim again had the same problems. It was way too casual. It was way too easy to do everything under the sun in that game. I can understand them making it easier to a point to bring in a new audience, but it's like, come on, man. After playing games like The Witcher, it's just like you can have both, if you choose to.
Let's start.
And I'm not, that's my new standard for an open world game, because that game was done so well. That's what I want. I want a Fallout 4 game that has all the bells and whistles and the details and the time and effort to make it. That's what I want the new Fallout 4 game to have. I want it to be worth it. And to be honest, that's why I'm not pumped about it, because I just don't think they're gonna do it. Don't get me wrong, it's going to make money, it's going to sell, tons of people are going to buy it, but I just have a mean suspicion that they're just going to keep shoveling out the same Skyrim-esque Elder Scrolls-like experience, which Fallout is just an Elder Scrolls-like game with a different skin on it. And that's what I think that they're going to do, I really do. And since I love the game so much, that's what kind of makes me upset, where it's like I don't want them to bullshit the franchise. I want them to, to do their damn thing and actually improve the genre when they make it. I wanted to get a 10 out of 10 because it changes the landscape of the gaming culture, that kind of sort of thing. And I just don't think it's going to do that. It can do it, but I just don't think they're going to take the time and the effort to make that happen, I want the GTA experience where it takes you 5 years to make a game, and then when it comes out, that's how good it is. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. But again, they haven't showed anything, so they just showed the little trailer, and that was it. So probably when E3 hits, I think it's next week, they're going to probably have a whole lot more, and you're going to probably, we're going to probably get a whole lot more, knowledge about the game. We're going to see different things, and we're going to, they're probably going to tell us what they're bringing back. They're probably going to bring back VATS, and, they're going to bring back all the things that people liked about the older Fallout games. I'm not even sure if it looks like it's on a new engine, because at least the graphics in that teaser, they need to step their game up. Those graphics were, they were kind of shitty. I'm just saying.
Over here.
Yeah, I already know who you are. But, they weren't, I've seen worse, don't get me wrong, but they're not, they're not up to the current standards of of video gaming. And I understand that by being an open world game, they gotta, they can't really make the graphics all that much. But I'm just saying, look at The Witcher. Do that. Because that should have badass graphics, and that was open world. It's just that they took the time and effort to do it, and I just don't think whoever working on Fallout 4, I don't know if it's the same people. Because if I remember right, Fallout 3 was made by different people than the people who made New Vegas. Still all under Bethesda, but I think it's like Obsidian. I think they either made Fallout 3 or they made New Vegas, and then other people made Fallout 3. That's why you had a different feel of game in New Vegas rather than Fallout 3. Because New Vegas, I think, had a couple people or a few people that were that was on like the Fallout 2 team way back in the day. And they tried to take a few gameplay elements from the older Fallout games, Fallout 1 and 2, and put them in this. Like you had factions and everything like that, and you never really had that in Fallout 3. But, it's like, I'm glad they're making it, don't get me wrong, but I'm not surprised. Of course they were going to make a new Fallout, why wouldn't they? They've already had the Elder Scrolls games out the way, so it's like, okay, what else they're working on? They only make like 4 or 5 games, so they better have been working on it. So I think the only thing that was holding them back was what, Elder Scrolls Online. They wasn't coming out with Skyrim 2 or the next Elder Scrolls game, because that's going to take another 3 years. So it had to be Fallout 4. So I'm not surprised by it by any means. But I don't know, to be honest. I really do hope they make it bigger and better. And, that's something that we're not going to really know until the game actually releases. But I hope it's going to be big. I hope it's going to be great. I hope they don't add on the a few tacky systems that they had in this. Like, oh, you can, you can only have 2 companions. I want like some new features. Like, how about I can create, a companion to follow me or something like that. And I'm tired of that damn dumbass dog, even though they're probably gonna bring him back. It's like they always try to bring back the Mad Max experience. Like, no, I don't want the Mad Max experience. I want the Fallout experience. I'm tired of that damn dog. And that dog that they had in that trailer looked like shit. I'm just saying. Give me some, like, how about instead of a dog, give me a wolf. How about that? Give me something that's badass. Give me, like, a walking death claw that I can use as, like, my pet. Something like that. Give me something badass. Because that stupid dog don't be doing nothing sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I love dog meat as much as the next man. And I'm a dog person versus a cat person, but they've had a dog in damn near every Fallout game. I'm tired of seeing a dog. It's like, come on. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but I don't know. Those have just been my thoughts on it, to be honest. We ain't gonna know more until until the game comes out, and like I said, I just hope they make it better. I want the same type of experience, but I want to make it bigger and better than what it was. They also got to step their game up, music-wise, because... let me see, how can I turn this? Never did this with actual keyboard and mouse. Okay, that was easy. But, musically, they got to step their game up, I'm sorry. Fallout 3, you had some banging old-school 1930s and 40s music. Fallout New Vegas, you had some stuff in there, but it was nowhere near as good as Fallout 3. So I'm expecting, like, another DJ, like that black dude in Fallout 3 that knows his shit, to be playing the good tunes. And I'm just walking around in circles right now. Trying to find out which way to go here. Yeah, broke that lock. And that's something else that it never made no sense to me in Fallout games. I can understand from a gameplay perspective, but, like, I broke the lock on this door, right? These doors are falling off the hinges, half blown to shit. I should be able to just kick that door down right now, whether it's locked or not. You know? And that's another thing that, you know, that I wish that they would change. And I doubt if they will, but Fallout to me, I mean, like I said before, it's way too easy to do everything. And what I mean by that is, when you leveling up in Fallout, if you leveling up melee or however you choose to play, it's way too easy. It has the same problems that, let's say, Skyrim does and the Elder Scrolls games. Once you reach a certain point in leveling up, the gameplay just turns to shit because you're so much stronger than everybody else. I mean, I don't know why that is, but it's just, the game becomes way too easy. And Cass, where in the hell are you going? Okay, she's bugging out. But it's the gameplay, it just, you become so much stronger than everybody else, so then it's like, once you reach that point, the rest of the game is a cakewalk. You know, the game doesn't adjust. Well, I mean, it adjusts to your level, but it's the style of play gets broken based on your leveling. Like, what's an example I can use? Not so much in this, but I can say the same thing about this in the Elder Scrolls games. When you level up Sneak all the way to 100, you become damn near a god, and you can sneak around and kill everybody with critical hits, and, you know, kill everybody like that real easy. And it kind of breaks the game. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you don't want to break the game, don't level up a certain thing, you know? It's like, I want to level up things that actually matter. I want them to put more thought into all the stuff that they make a game. Like, if they can make a game, like if they took, let's say, Fallout, you know, took Fallout 4, and why did that sound like that was like right there? But it will make more sense, like, as if they took Fallout and let's say, okay, this is the game we got, and then they took that experience and took everything about that game and was like, how can we make it better? How can we push the envelope? How can we make this a better gameplay experience and fix all the problems that it does have? Because, you know, the Elder Scrolls games and the Fallout games had, you know, they had issues, they had problems, and they had a lot of broken problems at that. So it's like, I want them to step their game up and actually put the time in. I don't want them to rush the game. That's the thing. I know they're probably going to rush it. They're probably just going to put it out, and the game is going to suffer for it. You know, it's going to be one of those things like they do, like, you know, the habit of nowadays of video games is, let's push out an average or broken product and then we'll fix it in patches. That's what I don't want. Or they'll push out bullshit products or bullshit patches, you know, in order to fix problems. And then the problems that you fix aren't the major problems that's breaking the game. They're just problems that are just, you know, trivial bullshit, you know. But I know they're probably not going to do that. They're probably just going to come out with the game. It's going to probably have the same problems and issues that Fallout had, even though the game came out like 5 or 6 years ago that they should have learned from. But it's, you know, the new one's going to probably have the same bullshit. And maybe that's what people want. I mean, at the end of the day, because, I mean, people seem to be pumped for it. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, and I don't have no hype for it, but as a long-time fan of the franchise, I am kind of sort of eager to play the new one. But I'm not so eager to play it that it loses my, you know, well, I'm not going to say losing my grip on the franchise, but I'm not letting my eagerness to play it overshadow all of the problems and issues that the older games had, you know? I'm still going to look at it from an objective frame of mind, even though I'm probably still going to play it. You guys are probably still going to see it on my channel, regardless. And then, you know, and if I discover any kind of problems, I will be bitching and moaning about them as I'm playing them. But anyway, let me stop rambling on because it's been like half an hour. Like, I truly intended for this video to be like 8 minutes. Just, you know, just saying. So, but anyway, those are just my thoughts about the new Fallout 4 trailer and I guess Fallout in general, now that I rambled on for so long. But anyway, my name is Denonu. Any other topics or anything like that you guys want to hear me talk about, I don't mind talking about them. I just need, you know, throw some ideas my way. You know, throw some game titles in my way. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.